With WrestleMania 41 rumored to be one of the biggest WWE pay-per-views of all time, it is expected to have a bunch of dream matches. And in today's video, I will be predicting those dream matches, but I will only be predicting the biggest ones. First up is Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. I think Brock Lesnar will be turning to wrestling very soon, but I don't know when, the exact time he will be returning, probably around the Royal Rumble or in the Royal Rumble. Which could be a way that you get this match by Brock Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble, but I don't think fans will need that, and I don't think the rivalry needs that. I think all you'd have to do is have Brock Lesnar or Gunther say something about each other, and Brock Lesnar just returns to call him out, and that's how you get the match. Now, who I think will win the match, I think Gunther wins the match. I think there's no reason or way that Brock Lesnar should win the match because Brock Lesnar just returned, and Gunther's reign and whole run is someone that is the king of the ring, basically. He dominates everybody, and there's nobody that really beats Gunther, so I think that Brock Lesnar beating Gunther will ruin his credibility. Next is Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I think Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is the story that's going to head into WrestleMania as they started building it at SummerSlam with the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match. As this was supposed to be the match last year at WrestleMania, but CM Punk got injured, as this story has been building for over probably 5-7 years because of how long Seth Rollins has said he doesn't want CM Punk, and Seth Rollins has sold and said how many times he doesn't like CM Punk in WWE, and CM Punk is a cancer to the company. And if it's not CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, I think it should be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match because they all kind of have a story built together for the last year, and I think that they should all have their story end in one match because that's also what the fans want too. Because Seth Rollins and CM Punk hasn't had a match yet, and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre has had a match, but it's still kind of a story there to left to build. But CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are probably going to finish their story by the time Seth Rollins comes back, and that's why they won't have their match, the whole triple threat match. I do think that Seth Rollins should win, but I think CM Punk will win just because of the fact that it's CM Punk, and CM Punk hasn't had that many wins yet in the WWE since he came back. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, hair versus mask match. I think that this story writes itself. I shouldn't have to really explain. If the Judgment Day is going to end soon and it ends at WrestleMania 41, I think that they should have a match where Dominic or Rey Mysterio lose their mask or hair. I don't think Rey is going to lose his mask, but I also think that Dominic being bald is going to be a good moment for the whole show. Who I think will win, I think that Rey will win because it's his mask on the line, and I think this will be the fall of the Judgment Day, and hopefully a new Judgment Day will be made. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Or Damian Priest versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell. As the fall of the Judgment Day has happened at SummerSlam, I think that they're heading to a match of eventually Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Now, I don't know if it's going to be all the way to WrestleMania or they're going to eventually do this. I know they're having a mixed match challenge soon at the most recent pay-per-view, but I think that they will have the whole Finn Balor and Damian Priest cycle end at WrestleMania with one of these matches. With Bad Bunny, as he is a wrestler and he has wrestled before, and if he shows interest in wrestling again, he should fit right into this story, as him and Damian Priest has wrestled before as a tag team before he joined the Judgment Day. And as for him and Finn, that should be a better way to end the story. John Cena versus Randy Orton. I think John Cena's last WrestleMania match should be against Randy Orton because of their feud, and they have been rivals for damn near their whole career. If this isn't John Cena's last match, I think that he should at least have one match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania, and it should be the WrestleMania. It's a perfect time for it, and all the fans really want it and interested into the story. I don't know if it will be for the title, as I do want John Cena to have his 17th title win at WrestleMania or around there, but I just think if this is his last match against Randy Orton, it should 100% be at WrestleMania, even if he stays around for a little bit until SummerSlam. I just think John Cena should have his last match against Randy Orton, and that's it. Cody Rhodes versus The Rock, or Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Roman Reigns and The Rock and Cody Rhodes and The Rock are two of the biggest stories that are supposed to happen either this WrestleMania or next WrestleMania. I think Roman and The Rock could happen next WrestleMania. I think Cody and The Rock should happen this WrestleMania if it could, because Roman has finished his story with Cody, and I think Cody's best opponent to fit in right now should be The Rock. But I would not be mad if Roman and Rock have their match and their amazing dream match that everybody was wanting. We was going to get until people wanted Cody back, which I personally agree with, because Cody should have never had his spot taken. This was always supposed to be Cody's moment. I think the story writes for itself about what should happen. I think this could be one of the biggest WrestleMania events ever, and I think they have to have one of these matches to finish it.
Honorable mentions: Charlotte Becky vs. Tiffany and Nia, Braun Breaker vs. Ilya Dragunov, The Uso vs. The Bloodline, Jade vs. Bianca Belair.